So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the Pottscast. I'm Darren Potts, I'm your host, and I'm delighted to be joined by two guys, both fighting in the UFC, two guys fighting out of Glory MMA, two guys part of the bonus team when we refer to Glory MMA, two recurring guests to the podcast. It is Kevin Crume and Grant Dawson, two guys you're probably becoming more and more familiar with as fights and the UFC continues to go and get bigger and bigger during this whole COVID, this pandemic period. But first of all, gentlemen, Kevin, you first. Welcome back to the show. Pleasure to have you back on.
Heck yeah, thanks. I'm excited to be here.
Likewise, glad to have you here. Grant as well, returning to the show. Thank you so much for agreeing to come back on the show, and welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having us. We really enjoy this. And like I was telling you earlier, I'll take any chance I can get to talk crap to Kevin Crume.
Yeah, because he doesn't get to do it enough every day.
Yeah, right.
As we were saying just before we went on the air, we have, you guys have training tomorrow with each other. I'm going to be sitting here doing my office job, but you guys are training together tomorrow. So, I guess you can talk a bit of crap online here, and then tomorrow you can pay each other back for it, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for me.
It usually just goes with him choking me.
Yeah, he's being nice. Oh, shucks.
Well, guys, welcome back. Really, really glad to have you here. And Kevin, the last time you were on the show, the first thing I asked you is who is Kevin Crume? And you said you're synonymous with entertainment. And we'll touch right on to your last fight in the UFC. The outcome wasn't what we all wanted. And I have to give a shout out to my friend and his missus and my missus, because we went away on a weekend away, but myself and my friend, we refused to go anywhere until your fight was over. So a big shout out to both partners for both of us that managed to just sit there and play on their phone while we watched your fight. But we talked about being synonymous with entertainment. It didn't go the way you wanted, but you hunted him down. You never gave up. You constantly put pressure on him. Looking back at that fight, talk to me a little bit about it. What was it like, and how do you feel looking back at it?
Man, it just some days in this game you don't show up, it's just not your best day. And it sucks not showing up, man. It's embarrassing. You're in front of all these people and you don't put out your best work, so that's kind of how I feel about it, but it is what it is. On to the next one. That kid's really, really good. Alex Caceres is really good. That's why I wanted to fight him. And it was a good fight. I definitely could have done better, but like I said, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said you never show up, but regardless of maybe not being on your best day, the effort, the dedication was there, and he didn't get a break. Regardless of the outcome of that fight, he walked away knowing he was in a scrap, but he walked away, I would say, pretty exhausted from that fight, which is something at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm always aiming for, is win, lose, or draw. I'm coming to fight, and everybody knows it. So,
Yeah, 110%. And we can't wait to see you in there. And we'll get on to that in a little bit. But Grant, over to you. Last time you were in the octagon, a fantastic win. When we look at it according to, Kevin shaking his head a little bit, so I'm sure he has something to say. But fantastic win. Going into that towards the end of the fight, we found out after the fight the judges had you winning it anyway. But something that you said the last time you were on this podcast is you like to stop people. And you ended that fight just before the buzzer in an amazing way. I don't even know if you noticed at the time. I'm sure you did watching it back. But when you're punching that guy and the mouth guard goes flying, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm out of my seat. My hands are on my head. Incredible stoppage. Tell me a bit about your last fight and that big win.
Yeah, so in my mind, the judges had me up 2-0, and watching it back, I definitely agree with that. It was close, and I think one thing that the commentators and a lot of people were thinking was that I'm usually able to get the takedown. I'm usually able to really solidify and dominate position. So when I'm not able to dominate 110% of the time, people start to think oh, maybe he's losing this and whatnot. But if you really watch it back, take him hip tossing me and take me taking a bad shot and him grabbing my back for 10 seconds. Other than those two things, he didn't do anything. So I definitely, looking back, had me up. In the fight, I had it 1-1. Just in my own honest opinion, I had it 1-1, and I was winning the third. So in my brain, I was winning. And when I postured up and started dropping those strikes, it wasn't I'm going to finish this fight. It was I'm going to try to get a 10-8 round here and really, really solidify this win. And I remember his hands coming to his chest, which is a jiu-jitsu thing, a gi jiu-jitsu thing. In the position that he's in, he's trying to protect his limbs from getting submitted. And it was just a quick reaction that he had. And it gave me the opportunity to land. And I just remember landing it and hearing the sound and going, man, that had to hurt. And I looked down and his mouthpiece was kind of like out. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm gonna get this. And then it goes flying out of the cage. And it's definitely a moment in my career that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. You know, whatever happens in my future, becoming a world champion is going to be the highlight of my career. But that is definitely going to be a moment that just stays with me forever.
Absolutely. And I think with Glory MMA, and especially both of you guys, Kevin, you walked in there in your debut, you KO'd someone incredibly quickly. You made a name for yourself. Grant, you've walked in there, you've went unbeaten for, I think it's 6 fights now, another KO. You guys are just making names for yourselves, and Glory MMA as well. You're just increasing. We say it's already on the map, but you're just increasing the reach, so to speak, off Glory. And Kevin, you're in Grant's corner for that fight. What was your reaction at the side? Because I could see you a little bit losing your mind.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I was losing my mind for sure. I mean, we thought he was up, but like you never know with the judges, you know. Like, I mean, I was pretty confident he was up and winning the fight. But then, yeah, man, like I saw the mouthpiece fly out, and I know, like I've been in that position before, and thank God Grant likes me and he doesn't hit me that hard. But like I know how those feel, you know. And oh man, I saw that mouthpiece flew out. I lost my damn mind. It was awesome. It was spectacular, man. Like that's like some of the best parts of fighting for me is to be there. And because you get so nervous when your friends fight because you can't do anything. It's just your buddy. I've seen all the hard work they've done, you know, and like you just get so nervous. And yeah, man, seeing that happen, 50 G's, baby. It was amazing. Heck yeah, that's the second time I've been with him when he got 50 grand. So I'm pretty stoked.
I think you need to put something in that contract, some form of like, I don't know, commission fee or something in those KOs.
Oh man, he takes me out to dinner. It's good.
Yeah, and I go with him when he fights. So if he's getting paid, I'm getting paid too. He bonuses too. He's a bonus fighter.
Well, that's it, and that's the thing as well. Glory MMA, it's becoming synonymous with bonus fighters and winning bonuses as well. And Grant, back to you. You were in Kevin's corner for that last fight. Kevin said it didn't go the way he wanted, but you're seeing him in training every day. You're seeing the work he's putting in. You've seen the journey he's came on since even just from joining Glory, so to speak. What do you see next for Kevin, and how does he bounce back?
Man, Kevin can do whatever he wants to do. Like I think that a lot of people don't realize is Kevin didn't have to take the Caceres fight, you know, like he just got into the UFC. He just had this amazing win over a really tough guy, up 2 weight classes, let's be honest, you know, and the way that he does it, breaks a record, gets 50 G's, and then gets screwed out of his win by some stupid commission rule that doesn't even make any sense, that nobody cares about, just so that they can grab a little clout and some money. And then he goes and takes this really, really tough fight. It just shows where Kevin's mind is. Like he has the mind of a fighter and the mind of a competitor, and he wants nothing else than to be a world champion. And he wasn't looking at, oh, I can, you know, take out these little guys and make some money. He was saying, like, if I beat this guy, I'm going to get a ranked guy, then I'm going to get another ranked guy, and then I'm going to get the belt. And that's just something that I admire so much about Kevin. And with what happened, you know, he had an off night. Everybody is allowed an off night. If you guys don't think that we have off nights, or if you guys don't think that somebody just shows up, the better fighter doesn't always win. And I'll say this right now, I think that Kevin is the better fighter. I think that he wins 9 times out of 10. And if Caceres disagrees with me, he can try again, because, you know, I train with Kevin every day, and I know how good he is. I do think that I don't know if this is the absolute plan, but I think that he's planning on going down to 135, where he is going to be massive. And I think that something that he struggled with at 45 is just guys being so big and strong, and with him going to 35, he'll have cardio and speed and strength and size. So I really see this as almost a blessing. I don't believe that everything happens for a reason, but I believe that you can make the best out of everything that happens. So I definitely think that Kevin's going to get, a couple of wins against guys that, nobody's ever heard of. He's going to beat them pretty easily, in my opinion. And then he's going to get a big name and it's going to go back up. It's just another chapter to the book.
Heart.
My man.
Kevin, Grant has said that he sees you every day. He sees the work you're putting in. He thinks you might go down to 135. What do you see in your future? What's next for you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think 35 is the move, unless there's something short notice. Which, if you know me, I'm down for short notice fights. I mean, so if it's short notice, 45 for sure. But man, I'm down for 35. And yeah, I mean, I think like you said, I'm kind of a small 45er. I'm kind of a big 35er. I fought a lot at 35 before. So, I mean, yeah, just being to have a little bit more power, a little size on people is nice. And as far as like fights, I mean, yeah, like you said, man, I'm going to go rack up a few names and be back in title contention and have everybody talking about me again. So, yeah, it is what it is. And like you said, man, like I'm a fighter's fighter, like I show up, I fight whoever, it doesn't matter. And man, sometimes you have an off night, sometimes you take an L, but like, that's the game, man. And I've been playing for a long time,
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think that's why MMA is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. I think that's why it's becoming such a loved sport, so to speak, is the fact that anything can happen. When you put two elite athletes in an octagon or in a cage or in a ring, whatever, depending on whatever company it may be, and you close that gate, it's just crazy what can happen. And it's so exhilarating. It's so fun and it's so unique. And speaking of that, Grant, you've called out Clay Guida. I haven't heard anything if that's happening or not. What's next for you? Have you heard anything? Have you had a no? Have you had a yes? Have you had a maybe? What's in the pipeline?
Yeah, we're still chasing the Clay Guida fight. I was telling you, when we weren't recording, like everybody's asking me why Clay Guida. He doesn't do anything for your career. He doesn't, push you forward. First off, shut up, man. Not you, but whoever's saying that, shut up. I'll fight whoever I want to fight. This is the dream matchup for me. It'd be like playing, catch with Brett Favre. Like, I don't get why people think that, I wouldn't want to fight Clay Guida. And to say on Clay's part, I don't think that he's dodging me. I don't think that he's, scared of me by any means. I don't think that he's gotten the message. I don't see him being the type of guy that watches a lot of film or watches a lot of fights or gets on Twitter. I think that he's out fishing somewhere and he's just waiting for Sean Shelby to call him. So as soon as Sean calls him and says, my name, I'm sure he'll take the fight and he'll get a flying knee to the face. But yeah, man, it's a dream matchup for me. It does wonders for my career, despite what the couch experts say. And I'm really looking forward to the matchup if it happens. If it doesn't happen, they can all get it. I'm going to be champion no matter what. So they can all get in line.
And having like a legend like that on your resume, I mean, like you said, it's a dream matchup. Like we've been watching this guy for years. You know what I mean? Like I've been watching for years. Yeah, man, that's a spectacular name on your resume for sure. So all those people suck.
Right. I was in middle school when Clay was in the UFC. Let that sink in.
Right.
Yeah, it's an incredible journey, and it is one of those sports that anything can happen. I was watching a documentary earlier today, and they were showing clips of the Adesanya Anderson Silva fight, and that was someone that he looked up to. And it is such a sport where anything can happen, dreams can come true, and you really can face your heroes. And as you said, I think Clay's out there fishing somewhere, camping in the woods, doing something, waiting on a phone call, probably.
Right.
But he's someone that everyone likes. He's one of those fighters that people like to watch. He's entertaining. He's fun. He's been there. He's done it all. And I think I agree with you. It's easy to sit on the couch and to tweet nonsense. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. And I have such a respect for people getting into that octagon or any form of MMA or even boxing, karate, whatever it may be, and doing it because I've done a couple of classes in Muay Thai. I've done kickboxing for a long time, but I'm exhausted after every training session. To go in there and do it competitively, it blows my mind how people can do it. It's an incredibly crazy environment, and credit to all you guys that get in there and do it. But I'm sitting here talking to two guys who have done it and two guys who represent Glory MMA, and I want to talk a little bit about Glory now. Kevin, we talked a little bit about Glory last time you were on the show. What makes Glory special? What makes it different and unique?
I know I've said this probably in every interview ever, but like the team environment it's the best environment that I've ever seen or been around. And, that's all cultivated from James Krause. Somebody brought this up to me yesterday. It's not mine, but I'm still in it. He said that James Krause is like the Swiss Army knife of MMA coaches. He's got everything. He's good MMA coaching. He's good. He's an amazing grappler. He's a great striker. There's not a bunch of coaches that have it all. On top of that, man, he's got just a wealth of knowledge in life, finances. He really helps take care of us. He's just an amazing leader. And it all flows downhill. And so when you got somebody like that leading the team, it really helps out. And we all like each other. We all show up early to practice to hang out with our friends. That's something you don't see a lot in other gyms. I've been to quite a few bigger gyms, and that's just not really the type of atmosphere there is. We're all super happy for each other. We all want each other to win. All these things just make Glory, the powerhouse that it's becoming.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see, even just from following you guys on social media, the stories, the fun, like we would say back home in Ireland, the crack that the boys are having, the girls, and everyone's having with each other. And Grant, same sort of question to you. Glory MMA, what's it mean to you so far in your career?
Well, I think the one thing that sets James apart as a coach, and people can argue about, coach of the year this and coach of the year that. And the thing that I think separates him apart is he's not getting, like, if you look at the arguments for the coaches of the year, everybody that they're getting are already world-class athletes at something. Whether, Israel Adesanya has been striking his entire life, Usman's been wrestling since he was in diapers. James is getting these guys like myself. I took 6th place my senior year in state wrestling. I'm not a super credentialed wrestler. I'm not a, ridiculous athlete. But through, the blue collar and the hard working and the great coaching of James Krause, I've done something with the sport. Same with Kevin. He's not a ridiculous athlete, but we have such good coaches and hardworking guys that it's really put our gym on the map. I mean, when you think of big gyms with really good MMA fighters and world-class athletes, you don't think of Lee Summit, Missouri. And yet here we are. We have, we just had a 6-week span where we had a fighter every week, or 8. It was 8-week span. We have a fighter every single week. Did we win every single fight? No, but we bonused in most of them and we won most of them. And that's really just to show how good of a coach James is. It's not the super athletes that just need to sharpen their hands up. He's taking regular human beings and turning them into UFC athletes. And that's something truly, truly incredible that you just, it's amazing.
This man's preaching.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can see that. I can see the energy, I can see the passion coming through when you talk about Glory MMA. And it does obviously come down, it filters down from the leadership, but it also creates those bonds across the board when people buy into it. And Kevin, you've bought into it. Grant has bought into it. There's so many good fighters in that gym. And Kevin, I want to touch on one I'm a little biased towards because we share the same home country. James Gallagher is now part of Glory MMA. Yeah. What do you see in his future? What's it like for him? I know I've seen your Instagram where people have said, are you ever going to come visit Ireland? And you've said you'd love to. If you do go there, do not go to Strabane where James is from. There's nothing.
Yeah. James gave me the lowdown on it the first night we hung out. Yeah, man, it seems like a pretty rough place. But yeah, man, I think that kid can do whatever he wants in this sport. He is incredibly talented, and man, he's young. He's young, you know what I mean? He's got great coaching, you know, and then coming here and training with us, you know, I mean, I think he's a great fit to the team. I'm super excited to have him. He's a lot of fun to work with, a lot of fun to hang out. I know he's kind of like got this like whole like bad boy vibe type of thing, but man, he's the nicest fucking guy. Like it's really crazy to like, you know, like know just somebody's like vibe or like what it's kind of out there in the world, and then meet him and just how fucking polite the guy is, you know, like it's just one of the things I love about MMA, you know, like the sport has a lot of really awesome people in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to see where his future goes. Like I said, I'm a little bit biased, of course, based on where I'm from. But another fighter that came out of Glory MMA came off with an amazing KO last week, Grant. And before I ask you this question, I have to throw it back to Kevin because it did make me laugh. A previous guest on my podcast, Smiling Sam Alvey, and Kevin had a little post up saying he won't be smiling after the fight. Grant, Julian Marquez. What a KO, what a run he's on. What's he like to work with? How's he developing? What's your thoughts on Julian?
Yeah, so the reason I was late to this interview was I was actually having he took my girl and I out to dinner, and that's what we were doing. So he's a great guy, man. He works so hard in the gym, and the thing that separates him is the guy that you see on TV, that's him. That's 100% him. Like he is the goofball. He is he's always making people smile. He's always cracking jokes, and he's just a great fit to the team. And I'm going to be honest, like when he first came here, you know, I didn't think that I would like him very much. I didn't think that he took the sport seriously, but you know, he's really molded with the team and everybody loves him. Everybody's, you know, accepted him, you know, as a part of the family. And the thing is, like, he can turn it off when he needs. He knows when it's time to work hard and be serious. And then he knows when to throw in that last little punchline joke to make everybody crack up. So he's great having on the team. I'm so happy he's back. And he's just another testament to what James is doing, you know, like bringing him in and just the progression in his game, you know, it's incredible. So I really like having him on the team, and he's a really great guy.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. You know, I haven't met him, haven't spoke to him. He's on my list, as is James. But obviously, taking it from what you guys say and having sort of a social media virtual relationship with both of you, seeing what's going on, seeing what you're up to. I love kind of seeing that it's the atmosphere of Glory MMA keeps attracting me to Glory to see what's going on, and the way you guys talk about James. And just before we move on to the quiz, because I want to finish with the quiz, I have what's called a quick fire question. I'm going to go to both of you for each question, but I think I know the answer to this, Kevin, and I know you get asked this a lot every Sunday when you do your question session, but I'm going to ask it to you again, just because. Your hero growing up, did you have one? Who was it?
I mean, probably Raph from the Ninja Turtles. Raphael, man, he's the best. Rude Raph. He's the guy who's gonna bust your balls, but you want him in a fight for sure. You know.
How is it not Michelangelo? You are Michelangelo. How is it?
Man, I'm a good mix of the two. You know, Raph is cool but rude, and Michelangelo's a party dude. You know, like those are both my vibes. You know.
You know that Michelangelo beat Raph in their tournament.
No, get out of here. Raph wasn't trying.
What? What? I'm gonna record the clip and I'm gonna send it to you tonight.
Well, like I said, Raph wasn't trying.
Trying. He was trying too hard. Oh, it's on. It's on.
Like after this podcast, Kevin's turning his phone off. He does not want to see that clip.
Right? Nah, get out of here. No, I mean, those are both my favorite for sure. But man, I don't know. Like Raph, he's just like the lone wolf. You know, like, I mean, I grew up, you know, like by myself, basically. You know, he's like the one guy by himself chilling, you know, and yeah, man, he's the one you want to fight, you know.
It's kind of crazy what kind of sticks with you. My hero growing up was Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I actually thought that it was real. And I was like, this guy's really beating up his boss. That was sort of my hero. What about you, Grant? Who was yours? Who was your hero growing up?
Oh, man. Honestly, that's a tough question, because like it depends on what we're talking about. I feel like I take heroes from different areas in life. I mean, my MMA hero was Chael Sonnen for sure. I absolutely love the talk, and then his fighting style is real aggressive, real wrestling heavy. So, MMA wise, he was definitely my hero. If we're talking fantasy wise, it's gotta be Boba Fett from Star Wars. So.
Yeah, we talked about.
It might be Mando from the Mandalorian now, because Dan Jar, whatever his name is. Yeah,
he's a badass.
Oh, bro! If you don't like Star Wars, you should still watch The Mandalorian. It's amazing. It's not a Star Wars thing. It's amazing.
It's just an awesome thing.
Yeah, thank you. Preach it. Who needs church? We got Kev.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, another question for you guys, and Kevin, I'm gonna go with you first on this one because I have a weird habit.
Come on, man. I'm joking. Go ahead.
I have a weird habit, right? I always admire people's footwear. I love shoes. I love trainers. I love that sort of stuff. You always see me wearing kind of like the Nike, kind of like the basketball type shoes or the high tops.
Yeah.
What's your favorite item you've ever purchased? Is it a pair of footwear? Do you have it doesn't have to be clothes, just your favorite item ever purchased?
Yeah, I mean, probably shoes. I really like shoes. They're kind of my favorite thing. Yeah, I mean, some Jordans. I don't know, man. Like, growing up, not having a bunch of money, wearing Payless shoes, seeing kids, rock all the cool shoes and wanting them. Now that I can afford them, I like to have them. You know what I
mean? Yeah, Grant, over to you. Favorite item you've ever purchased? Is there anything that sticks out?
I don't know, man. I buy a lot of little stuff,
Bro.
like.
I'm going to answer this for him. One of my favorite things that Grant has ever done is he grew up wanting to be like a cop or wanting to have a badge. And whenever he got money, he got a badge because he can do whatever he wants. He's an adult. So he has a badge that he carries on him because he's a gangster. And I love that.
That's so good.
Sorry, you can take over.
I got it.
Go get it. You've got to.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm like, hey man, why do you have that? And he's like, I always wanted one when I was a kid, and I can have one now. And I'm like, oh, you're my best friend. I love you.
So good. I'm excited to see this badge now.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's so good,
my man.
It's a Hawaii 5-0 collectible.
Oh, it's so good. Have you ever seen the movie? Is it We Be Cops, or is that the name?
Yeah. With
like
Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, Michael Wayans, I think.
Yes. Yeah. They buy a police car off eBay and pretend to be cops and stuff. It's very good. It reminds me of that, Grant.
I'm sorry, Grant. They get the Halloween costumes, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing you've bought besides that? I apologize for interrupting.
Honestly, probably my car. I love my car.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. I've driven it a few times.
Yeah, I know you have. You drove it before I did.
Yeah, I did.
We're going to stick with you, Grant. I'm going to stick with you because Kevin hijacked your answer just a little bit. As a kid, was there anyone you disliked? Famous person, TV character? Tell me about someone you disliked as a kid.
Oh, jeez.
We don't have enough time.
You got all of them. Everybody I went to high school with. No, I'm joking. Man, Are we being serious here? Like somebody I didn't, because there's a lot of people I don't like in the TV world. But you want
give me like a TV character or someone like that.
Oh, geez. Somebody that I really dislike. I'm trying to think of a character. I'm drawing a blank now. Thanks. Maybe I did like going second. Give me time to think about. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's somebody I can't think of, but yeah, I don't got a good answer for you, dog. Sorry,
Kevin.
I want to hear Kev's though.
I'm gonna say Urkel. I couldn't stand Urkel, man. Like he's always messing up Carl Winslow's house. Come on, man. That's an upstanding member of the community. You're over here wrecking everything, wearing those high-waisted pants. Get out of here, kid.
So good.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Good. Okay, Grant, we'll go back to you now. Okay. Favorite
No,
breakfast.
start with Kevin.
Okay. Kevin, over to you. Favorite breakfast. If you're going for breakfast, where are you going?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about where, but I think like my favorite thing is probably like eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
But with bacon. Bacon Benedict, it's where it's at, man. For sure. I've been getting Evolve meals lately, and they have like a hash Benedict, and it's pretty great. Just saying.
What about you, Grant?
So place wise, my boys and I like to go to Big Biscuit. It's just this little breakfast joint. We usually go after practice and kind of all just hang out and enjoy each other's company. I'm not huge on breakfast food. Like I like pancakes and waffles and toast and stuff like that. But if it was up to me, like I don't really like breakfast food. I like, lunch and dinner style foods. I'm not big on eggs, especially because I have to eat them a lot in fight camp. So I don't really like eggs. I like bacon and stuff like that. But I mostly go there just to see the guys and hang out with people. But yeah, the Big Biscuit is where we go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, French toast, man. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy these things before you enter a fight camp.
Yeah.
Well, not for Kev. He could eat them until
She's not at 35, bud.
Not 35, no.
Kevin, we'll go with you first. Give Grant some time to hear the question and think of an answer. If you weren't a fighter, what profession would you want to go into?
Ooh, man, like what I'd want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've been told that I would probably make a good lawyer because I like to argue. And I like to argue about stuff that I don't necessarily believe in. Like I'll start arguments with people, not because I disagree with them, but because I want to see why they believe what they believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, your classic asshole.
Yeah. I'm Raphael, man. I'm Rugraf. Come on. I mean, probably, I mean, like that sounds lame, but like a lawyer for all the wrong reasons,
I think you'd be a great heel character in WWE because you'd be good on the mic, just shouting down at the crowd, telling people they suck and getting heat.
I think that's gonna work after my MMA career is over. I'm working on it.
I think that'd be a good career move.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Grant?
Are we talking like anything?
Yeah, whatever you want.
My plan after fighting is to get into acting, and I was a really good actor in high school. I did some shows and stuff like that, and it's always been a passion of mine. It's really, really hard to make it in that line of work, but if you have a foot in the door with being a UFC world champion per se, it makes it a lot easier. So my goal is to actually get into acting, and one of my life goals is to actually have my own TV show that has at least 3 seasons. So
which I'm going to be in. He's already promised me a spot in that.
You're in it, dog. Bad news is I'm killing off the character though.
Oh, man. All right. As long as I go out in the blaze of glory, I'm good.
This is for choking me 11 days before my fight. You a-hole.
Oh, get out of here. You didn't fight 11 days later. You just thought you were going to.
That doesn't make it better.
Okay, last question before we get into the quiz. Kevin, you first. Would you rather be able to teleport or fly?
I mean, yeah, I think lately I've been wanting to be a jumper, like teleport. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, flying's great, blah, 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 but like teleporting would be sick.
Yeah, just saves the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Grant?
Teleporting, 100% teleportation. Flying, I can fly as a normal human being. It's called getting on a goddamn plane. So teleportation, 100%. Being able to go to point A to point B in the split second.
Heck yeah.
Nah, dog.
Yeah.
Teleportation, easy.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm scared of heights, so I'm all teleport as well. Okay, so now is the time. There will be a prize for the winner. What that is, I don't know. If you both tie, you'll both get something. What it is, I don't know. It all depends it all depends on the budget, considering that the missus is pregnant. But hey, we'll figure something out.
I want that shirt. I want that T-shirt.
You have one.
If we both win, I want the left side.
You have one that I tie-dyed personally. You got a special edition, bud.
Yeah, but I want that one.
You're going to charge me postage. What I have to do is before we start this quiz, I do have to show our watchers, because I am going to put this on YouTube as well as the audio. I am wearing a Kevin Crume t-shirt. So
yeah, baby.
See, I wonder who's going to win this competition.
Yeah.
I'm putting
Those
that
are
out
available
there.
at kevincrume.com, by the way, guys.
There we go. He sold it. Grant, we need to get a t-shirt in the works for you. We need to get some sales up there, make some dough. But I am going to be an impartial referee in this quiz.
I'm going to be an impartial referee.
Like WWE style, they're going to be a screwy finish. But we're going to three questions each. Kevin is going to be on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Grant is going to be on Star Wars.
All right.
Kevin, you're going first.
Okay.
Question number 1. What wrestler played Shredder in the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Oh man, I don't know.
These are hard questions.
I know that Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince was his voice in the cartoon, but I don't know. I'm lost. Dang.
Do I get extra points if I can answer his question?
He's over here Googling it.
No.
I mean, his iPhone's connected to the Zoom, so I don't think
he's got a girlfriend in the other room.
Grant, if you know the answer,
one.
if you know the answer, I'll give you, but you both can have a guess if you want.
Go for it.
Oh, man.
Just take a guess. Bet you won't.
Kevin Nash?
That is the right answer.
No,
yeah!
Woo! What?
Yeah, baby!
The luckiest man in podcast history.
Heck yeah.
That is the right answer.
Oh. All right. 1-0, baby.
Grant, question number 1. And it's all based on the Star Wars movies. It's not anything spin-off or anything on the TV series or anything like that.
I could beat you on that too. Let's go.
You can definitely beat me on that. What planet was destroyed in A New Hope as a show of strength by the Empire?
Oh my goodness.
We're giving him the easy ones,
Come
huh?
on, give me a hard one, dog.
We're giving him the easy ones, huh?
Oh, that is the right answer.
Actor's name.
What are you
Come
doing?
on.
Yeah, you give him the friggin' actor.
Yeah.
He's wearing a mask the whole time.
Come on.
He is biased towards me.
Yeah, right. Good Lord.
I'm gonna have to send
He's
you a
wearing my
t-shirt, dog.
shirt to make it seem like he doesn't like you more.
That is one each so far. Question number 2, Grant, or sorry, Kevin. Kevin, I feel a bit bad asking you this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. In the United Kingdom, in the UK, they didn't like the word ninja in the title. Do you know what they changed the word ninja to? Teenage Mutant something Turtles.
Oh my goodness, he is just giving you the hard one.
I thought these were easy. I did look through these and thought all of these aren't too hard.
Man, I have no idea.
I swear to God, if you guess it, I'm done.
I don't know what samurai. I don't have any idea.
Is that your final answer?
Oh man,
Do I get a
what's
guess?
like a ninja? Teenage Mutant Ninja Karate Guy.
Grant, do you want to guess?
Shadow Warriors.
No, it was the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
What?
Heroes?
No way.
Yeah, they changed.
Why don't they like the word ninja?
Apparently,
Yeah.
they thought it was too violent for children, so they changed it to Hero.
To Hero Turtles. Wow. Okay. That, I mean, sucks for them.
It does.
Not all heroes wear capes.
It does indeed. Grant, question number 2. Finish.
Here's another softball guy.
Finish the quote. I find your lack
Of faith disturbing.
That is the correct answer.
Oh man, come on. This is bullshit.
Maybe I just know my product.
This is bullshit. I didn't live in the UK. My bad.
Yeah, that's your fault.
I actually did feel bad asking you that, but I thought that was very well known. My apologies.
Oh man.
Okay,
You know what the funny part is? He actually thinks these are easy questions for you. He's like,
Oh man.
I'm thinking Grant these hard ones, and then you end up getting the bad ones.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not. I didn't watch Ninja Turtles, and I knew the answers to these before I looked them up to confirm.
Yeah,
So
because you're from Ireland.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Huh, that didn't help you out at all, huh?
So, question number 3, Kevin, and this is an easy one. Which Ninja Turtle wore purple?
Oh, Donatello, baby. Come on. Donnie does machines, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, I gave him the easy question.
Yeah.
Okay, Grant, question number 3 to win it. In Return of the Jedi, there's a famous admiral on the rebellion side.
Admiral Akbar.
Oh,
I haven't finished the question.
but we all know you're going to say it.
It's a trap.
Yes,
Oh, come
on.
on.
That is the final question.
Oh. All right. Well, cool, Grant. I hope you like your prize.
So, Grant,
I'm gonna wear that shirt tomorrow.
Grant is the winner of the quiz. Kevin, I thought those questions were not that hard, and I apologize for the UK questions.
Yeah. Man. All right. I see how it is.
But thank you, gentlemen. This has been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. Closing words, Kevin. Apologies for the UK question. I thought that was very common knowledge, but apologies once again. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been my pleasure as always to have you back on the show.
Heck yeah, man. Appreciate it. Super happy to be here and can't wait to do it again.
Grant, likewise. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun. Glad to have you back on the show. Congratulations on winning the quiz.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I like doing interviews with Kevin, especially when we compete with each other. So let's keep doing this.
Yeah. This is normally how our competitions end up. Grant winning. Pretty lame.
Makes up for the choke 11 days out, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Man, I can't even count the amount of times he's choked me.
You gotta let that go.
Guys, this has been another episode of MMA Mayhem here on the Pottscast, my penultimate episode with 2 absolute killers from Glory MMA, Kevin Crume, Grant Dawson. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Heck yeah, man. Have a good one.
Thank you.